Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm here with a CD review of a huge CD box set. If you can tell by the wall that it's Elvis themed. I've seen other people cover this. I've some examples being Serial at Midnight and The King's Court, but that was a long time ago, and there's a lot that's been released since then, so now I can go through and give you my thoughts on this. The box set I'm talking about, the Elvis Presley, the Album Collection box set. I did not buy this new. I bought this used off of Amazon. It's the sticker. It gets the job done. It's a very big and heavy box. What if the CDs are in it? It's about 5-6 pounds. But here on the cover you have Elvis 56, 68 comeback special Elvis. I think this is 57, 58 Elvis in a studio, doing some studio stuff. And we have 70s Elvis, specifically Madison Square Garden. So that is the whole outside of the box. Let's dig in. This was on the bottom of the box. You can take your time to read that. Up here is just some stuff, and down here is all the albums that's in this box set. Before we get into the albums, I do want to point out, no, that's not it, but they have stickers to put on the actual albums, which I'm not going to do, just to keep the albums in pristine condition, or the CDs in pristine condition. But what I was talking about is this guy, Elvis, but but this is a huge book that's got some of the recording information and everything else in it. But what's really cool is that it has some of the session information. So it's got like what musicians worked on that track and everything like that. The stuff starts at page 216. That's when the session information starts. Other than that, it is just stuff going track by track, disc by disc. We're not going to go through this page by page, but here's Elvis Presley, the album that started it all. But it's got the recording information on the actual tracks themselves, who wrote the tracks, where it was recorded, and if it was a single or not, and all that. So I just wanted to point that out. There's Elvis in his Cadillac, and there is Graceland, or Graceland, however it's pronounced. And here is all of the albums. What I'm gonna do is set this up to where it's presentable, like that. And now, let's go through all the albums. I'm not gonna go through track by track. I'm just gonna show you the album and the CD. I won't even show you the CD. I'm gonna do each individual stuff about that. But here's Elvis Presley. Just back. I will show the CD, because why not? Looks like the center of an old record. And what's really cool is with Elvis Presley, it has PD down here, which stands for public domain. And the first and only pressing of that first record had public domain on it. So that's really cool. Up next, we have just Elvis. And here we have some advertisements for other artists, because Elvis was just outselling everyone. And there we go. Through the 60s, up until 68, we'll see the black label, but you know, it's whatever. Loving You. Mean Woman Blues. You can actually hear some people talking in the background during that track. I have no idea what they're talking about, but whatever. Elvis's Christmas album. Back, it has the gatefold, and it's got the reproduction of the paper, the book that was inside. And most of this is for Jailhouse Rock, the photo shoot for Jailhouse Rock, like that. Here is Elvis's EP catalog and single catalog in 1957, I believe. So yeah, well, I didn't see. For some reason, the gatefold albums are so tough to open, get the CD out. But there's Elvis's Christmas album. Oh my gosh, that is good. Elvis's Golden Records, Volume 1. There's that. I actually have a Walmart exclusive pressing that is gold, which is really cool. Been trying to track down an original pressing of that for a few years now. King Creole. This is, I think, Elvis's best movie. If you've never seen King Creole, go watch it right now. It's a very good movie. And actually, I think it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is really cool. Some pictures from King Creole. Yeah, if you've never seen this, go watch it. It is a great movie. It's, I think, the non-Elvis movie. I think that's what it's called. But for LP fans only. It's the back of him in the army. And there is the CD itself. For the CDs, they just do side 1. They don't do side 2 on the same one. A Date with Elvis. Gatefold is preserved. There's a radiogram from Elvis. It's most likely not from Elvis, though. I think it's from Colonel Parker. Just it says to Colonel Parker, but I think he's the one that wrote it. Read that. There's the track listing and a calendar of 1960 with March 24th circled, because that is the day Elvis got out of the army. A Date with Elvis, and there's the CD. It's going to be a very long video. I'm guessing if you're watching this, you have an interest in Elvis. 50 million Elvis fans cannot be wrong, or can't be wrong. I usually use cannot. Back. Him in his gold suit. He wore this gold suit for a little bit, and then never wore it again because it was too hot, apparently. Elvis is back. Living stereo. Oh, I should mention that the CDs up in the first 9 CDs are all mono. And then when it gets to Elvis's back, it is stereo the whole rest of the way. So I think I think this is stereo too. I'll get to that. Oh, it's upside down for some reason. Snapshots from GI Blue. And there's the CD. And with the individual looks at the CDs themselves, I'll get into my favorite tracks on that. But GI Blue's the first of the Elvis movie, just first of the Elvis movies. Up until he was in the army, it wasn't like an Elvis movie, but GI Blues was the first Elvis movie. His Hand in Mine, first gospel album. It's got the Peace in the Valley EP, which I have. Some marketing on the back. And there you go. Something for Everybody. This is a great song, by the way. I Slipped, I Stumbled, I Fell. I'm Coming Home is another great song. Originally done by Carl Mann from Phillips International. Some stuff back here. There's Something for Everybody. Blue Hawaii. This is a good movie. It's the Elvis movie Formula. That's the word I'm looking for, Formula. But it's a good movie. It's not the best Elvis movie, but it's not bad. It's not as bad as Harem Scarum, which I'll get to. If you've never seen Blue Hawaii, that and King Creole is the movies you should go watch. Potluck with Elvis. Down here it's got the Follow That Dream EP, which I have. Which is really cool. EPs are something I like, just in general. Girls Goes Girls, or Chicas 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 in Spanish. There we go. I think we're starting to, we might start to see some inserts soon. I don't know, wait, that? Yeah. There you go. Thought this had an insert, just didn't come out with the CD. Putting these back in, though, is a burden. It Happened at the World's Fair. Early appearance from Kurt Russell as a little boy. Kicks Elvis in the shin for, I think, a nickel. Maybe a quarter. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while. I do know that this one does have an insert. A picture of Elvis. Most of these are just pictures of Elvis. Elvis's Golden Records Volume 3. Before I knew 50 Million Elvis Fans Can't Be Wrong, this is Volume 2. I always wondered where Volume 2 was, but I realized. Fun in Acapulco. Not a good movie. Most of these movies are not the best, but it's got Bossa Nova Baby in it, so that pushes it up there a little bit. Kissing Cousins, one of his worst movies, in my opinion. Yeah, one of his worst movies, in my opinion. Also, this is not the original cover. The original cover did not have this picture on it, but whatever. Said one of his worst movies, not his worst. However, Roustabout is not a bad movie. Elvis movies just go from here and there, but there's some real stinkers, and there's some okay ones, and there's some good ones. The best one being King Creole. Girl Happy. Some of these I have to look to see if there's an insert, because I just can't remember. Push this stack back. Elvis for Everyone. I think this was just stuff in the vault, and they just needed to put out on an album. It's got Tomorrow Night, Memphis, Tennessee. I love that, Memphis, Tennessee. It's a good album, very good song. Originally done by Chuck Berry. There it is. The best one ever. Here's Harem Scarum, which does have an insert. Blank on the back. Side 1. Harem Holiday, which was the original title for the movie, and Colonel Parker thought the movie was so terrible that they tried to add a talking camel just to make the movie seem like a comedy, but nothing can save that movie. Another one, Frankie and Johnny. You know, Elvis doesn't really have a definitive album. Here's the picture for Frankie and Johnny. Doesn't have a back. It's textured just like the picture. Sorry about that interruption, but as I was saying, Frankie and Johnny, there's the insert, but here is the disc, here's the back. I'm going to go more in detail about the information whenever I review each CD one by one. Paradise Hawaiian Style. Which I think does not have an insert. Spin Out soundtrack. Anyway, Elvis just does not. There's the insert. He doesn't have an album that distinctly is he's known for. I mean, 68 Comeback Special is good. The first album is good. Oh, How Great Thou Art. But he doesn't have like he doesn't have a White Album or a Dark Side of the Moon or a At Folsom Prison or a Blonde on Blonde or a Highway 61 Revisited. He's got a lot of soundtracks. And if you just go after every one of them, there's a picture. It's a good catalog, but it's a lot of soundtracks. Clambake. So it's hard when you're trying to recommend Elvis to somebody. Where's that? I didn't come with the photo of Elvis and Priscilla. Whatever. Anyway, he has a lot of soundtracks. You could recommend the first album. The 68 Comeback Special is good. Speedway soundtrack. But other than those few albums that you can get, there's not much to Elvis's catalog other than, well, we've changed how the label looks, but there's not a lot to his discography other than soundtracks. Here it is, the 68 Comeback Special. He got back into the music. There's leather and all this, and got a TV special, which was originally supposed to be a Christmas special. It did not have a huge set built like the movie shows, but whatever. Well, that was great. Anyway, that's how the CD looks. I should also mention that some of these albums have bonus tracks for if they're just not on an album themselves, then they'll be bonus tracks. Like this one has Suspicious Minds and Kentucky Rain and stuff like that. Stuff from the American recording sound stuff. Elvis in person at the International Hotel in Las Vegas. Back in Memphis. Paid. This one has 2 inserts. There was originally 4. I don't know if there is other 2 for the... Oh my god. But, whatever. It's whatever. Let's be friends, says Elvis. You say yes. Blue Label. Camden. There's gonna be a few Camden releases, but gets the stuff out of the way. On Stage, February 1970. Orange, back to RCA Victor. This one doesn't really have hits. It's just CC Rider, Runaway, but that doesn't really have hits. Back to Camden, Almost in Love. For some reason, they do some Camden stuff, but there is no You'll Never Walk Alone. There's no Burnin' Love and Greatest Hits from his movies. That's the way it is. There's some more, but there's the only ones I can think of. But they just don't have those in here for some reason. Elvis Country. 10,000 years old. This one has an insert in it. There it is. Just a picture of Elvis. Put that in your wallet if you want to. Try not to. There we go. Try not to touch the disc itself. Elvis Country. Love Letters from Elvis. not a great album in my opinion, but whatever. I never thought this was an actual album. I thought it was a Camden release, but no, it is an actual album. Come On Everybody, which has never gotten a release in the US, just as this. It's always been extended and stuff. Camden, Blue Label. I think, yep. I got left. Again, Camden. Let's see if I can, hang on, situate this towards, there we go. Elvis Sings The Wonderful World of Christmas. Just the insert, and there's the CD. This British back in there. Scoot the other stacks of CDs over. Elvis Now. The original cover, or proposed title was Now, Then, and Forever. I'm not for sure. Yeah, I like Elvis, but I'm not an encyclopedia. He touched me. Never liked that title, but whatever. Anyway, I'm not an Elvis encyclopedia. I know some stuff, Madison Square Garden, but I'm not, like I said, an encyclopedia. I have Elvis books, you know, to gain my knowledge, but here's the other good live album, Love from Hawaii via Satellite. Comes out, and there you go. This is actually the original sleeve of the album. It was on this paper, and my gosh, quadratic disc. Oh, I should mention, the double LP albums are on one CD, so that's why the In Person at the International Hotel has Back in Memphis on the CD as well. Full album, or Elvis, it doesn't matter. This album will have Burning Love on it, just to let you know. Raised on Rock, for old time's sake. I think we're out of the Camden releases, so we won't see any more of those. Good Times. There you go. Recorded live on stage in Memphis. It's Graceland. Oh, I did not mean to do that. There we go. There's the gates of Graceland. While on this topic, do you say Graceland or Graceland? I say Graceland. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but I say Graceland. Promised Land. I don't know why that album isn't in here, because that album should be in here. If you can't see it, it's Having Fun with Elvis on Stage. It is just an album of him talking the whole time. If you don't believe me, look it up. Okay, we're almost done. Elvis Today. Orange. You know, people deride Elvis for not doing his best work near the last albums, but Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. But there's a album that came out a while ago called Way Down in the Jungle Room that has the original stuff. This is Elvis's last album. It is Moody Blue, which came on a blue vinyl. But there you go. Yeah, with the he was doing stuff in the Jungle Room, but when it came to RCA and everything like that, they did him a little too much. But here is From the Vaults in the 1950s, and there you go. And this will have the whole track listing on one side of the CD, and it's not, it doesn't have the side 2 on a different one. from the vaults 1960s. And from the vaults, the 70s. So there you go. That is the albums collection from Elvis, but it's the albums collection. And you can put them all back in here. What I would do with this, with a huge box set like this, I would put it onto a CD, just have a backup. Just to be sure. If you can find this for the right price, which, like I said, I bought buying used on Amazon. If you can find it for the right price, definitely pick it up. I do not think it is in print anymore, so you're gonna have to find it for a good price. eBay usually runs a little high. People like to put it high because of Elvis and everything like that, it being a 60 CD set and all that. But if you can find it for the right price, I highly recommend it. So that Elvis's career started in Memphis at Stun Studio, and it ended in Memphis with RCA. He never went to another label. He never did. Because RCA had all of his output, and they bought the Sun stuff from Sam Phillips, whenever they bought Elvis's contract. It is one-stop shop. There is some stuff. Let me get it real quick. There's been some things that's been reissued and re-released, stuff like A Boy from Tupelo and some back in Nashville, just stuff that's been in the vaults and was just, so back in Nashville was just studio stuff and all that. But again, for the right price, if you can find it, definitely pick it up. For the wrong price, you'll get scammed. You do not have to pay $500 for this box set. The Elvis shop usually runs it at around $375. You don't have to pay that. I don't know why they run it so high. Maybe because it's not in print anymore, but you know, whatever. But like I said, Amazon has this used category, and you can find it there for relatively cheap. I got mine for $220, which was actually cheaper than new. New, I think it was $300, $350 maybe. I don't know, but which, as far as I've noticed, there's been a cut in the box, and apparently an insert's missing. So, which I could care less about. It's not bothering me. So if you can deal with some little things, obviously, then I definitely recommend getting it for cheaper used on Amazon. But I will go from track to track on each individual release. I will talk about the movie soundtracks, and I'll talk about the movie itself. And for the 70s, I'll talk about everything about that. So, what I'm going to do for that is I'll probably do 10 CDs a week, and upload them various days. But I'll do that, and by 6 weeks, everything will be posted, and everything will be good and ready. So, the Elvis Presley Albums Collection from RCA is amazing. And like I said, if you can find it for the right price, definitely pick it up. There is a Johnny Cash multi-disc set, which I really, really want to get. I will get it someday. I don't know when. but I will get it someday. It's got a lot of, I think it has 3 more discs than this one. I could be wrong, but I think it has 3 more. I think it has 63. But, yeah. Long live the king.